Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel, and this is same series of .NET Maui hybrid app series. Okay, so in this last session actually we have learned and we have implemented actually that card list, okay, for that all the platform like Android, and see this is Android, and also this is window. So for window also we have implement, we actually same component we have to show in for the Windows application, also the web applications. Okay, and in this session actually we'll cover or we'll implement actually that add functionality. Okay, so in this session actually, just for example, when in this session we'll implement like add button. Okay, so that once you click add, so that actually that it will populate it. Okay, that user form will populate it for that create block, and user can add it. Okay, and then once it's added, like for example this and this, and finally once it's create, so it will add it over here. Okay, see this edit because I have not using, I am not adding that image, so that's why image is not populating. Okay, same things for web will work. Simply we'll get this data and that will appear. Okay, similar things we will work, same things will work on this Android as well. Okay, so let's get started for implementation. Okay, so let me close everything. Okay, let me open, yes, and before proceeding this session, I'm especially recommend, okay, because might be sometime some user can visit first time, so especially recommend to go to my channel and see that .NET Maui Blazor hybrid app. Actually that is a series actually we have trying to do in this session. Okay, in this series, so first check this playlist so that you can aware, okay, what how we can set up and how we can just use the create a component, reuse a component for the all the platform devices. Okay, so let me start. Okay, so far what we have done, see, we have create the project setup for this, web, Android, Mac, iOS, every for the every platform. And also we have implement this shared component, and inside shared component we have implemented card list, card list reusable component also, the main component which is really used for this all the platform specific. Okay, so now in this session we'll add that add things. Okay, that add implementation. So what need to do, so first actually we have to create one shareable component. Okay, so let me create that one as a component. Let me add button. Okay, add add but add blog or add button, add button. Okay, so this is add, and what need to do inside this, we have to just create one button. Okay, like for example div, and inside div we have to create one button HTML. So just let me copy for the HTML investing of the time. Okay, so see, simply it is just a pure HTML button, and then we have to add some bootstrap classes, and then we have to specify on click event. Actually this on click event we have to we have to create a callback function, so that whatever click event here in this child component, so that we can call in a parent component. Okay, so this will implement just little bit later, so don't worry about that. Okay, and just part is passed to the name. Okay, it is very simple. Then finally what need to do, we have to add then parameter. Okay, to implement that callback event. Okay, so let me create that callback event then event callback, and then create that name as per our convenience. Create blog clicked, okay, and then set is get set property. Okay, this is done. And finally we have to pass, we have to invoke actually. So I actually if we are nothing to back, okay, is there's a two way actually. This, if it is we have to passing some property, then we can invoke, or if it is not, then I think this also will work. But yeah, we'll follow that old approach. Okay, so let me create a method so that I can invoke private void and then create blog. Okay, okay, and then finally just invoke this method dot invoke async. Okay, if we are using async, so definitely we have to just use async await. Okay, let me add. Okay, see, that is done. Just simple as a add button, so that this add button component I can use for multiple place. So that's why I created separately. Okay, also one more thing we have to do. Let's say for this component actually, base this component, sometimes we have to show, sometimes we have to hide. So that's why we have to implement the check, okay, at the rate, so that visible, so that this component can be visible based on this input parameter. Okay, okay, so let me just create a one property, one check, okay, and then get it that input from that parent component. So okay, this is very simple. Again, just pass it to parameter. Okay, and this parameter actually just set as the property, so that public property, so that we can get the data from that parent component. So bool visible and then get set. Okay, done. This is done. Okay, so that add component has been done. Now we have to create a one form component. Okay, so that form component, so let me add one more component. Okay, to let's call it to create update blog. Okay, because create update we will do in this same component, because it is a reusable component. So once we use that for the create, we will use this component, and once we require to update, so we will use same component. Okay, there's a no major change, just little bit then here and there changes, so that will handle from the parent component, so don't worry about that. Okay, so create update blog component. Okay, and yes, that is done. And then what need to do, we have to just, instead of wasting time, just copy that style. Okay, and that's it. Okay, see, this is very simple. Okay, let me, okay, so this is, I think, some reference is required. See, it is asking me that using some directory, so you can just using microservice, um, Microsoft ASP.NET Core Component Forms. So let me bring that namespace, and once is bring the namespace. Okay, so see, it is straightforward implementation. It is just edit form. Okay, and inside the edit form we have to add then one model, which is will getting from UI. Okay, yeah, from the UI and user input. And then we have using a one on valid submit, so that once I submit, so this event will fire, and this event will file, this function will execute, and this execute function we have put some our business logic. Okay, and finally this is some style, like okay, this is a div, we create a group, and inside group a one name label and this one text box so that user can able to give that a value. And this inside this value we actually trying to two-way binding. Okay, so this is a way, the two-way binding in the Blazor, the at the rate bind that value, and then you can specify your entity name. Okay, so similar I just implement everything. Okay, and finally see, this is a button. Finally, as a we create a submit button, so that once I create, so it will submit, type of submit. So once I submit, so this function, this on valid actually will fired. Okay, and we'll also just create that that implementation. Okay, we'll create a callback function here as well, because this is a shared component, so don't worry about that also. Okay, so let me create that. Okay, so first, well, first we'll have to record one model. Okay, so this model, so let me change it to uh, blog. Okay, and then change it to, or just blog model, name it to blog model, and change it to here as well, change it to here, change it to here, and change it to here. Okay, okay, this is done. Then finally what need to do, we have to create some callback function. Okay, so first, no, first I'll create this blog model. Okay, so let me add that parameter. Okay, input parameter, and then that blog. Okay, so where is our blog? Like public blog, or we have a view model, I guess. Let me check that view model, how many properties over there. Yes, id, image, everything is there, right? So yeah, we can use this same blog model. Okay, so public view model, blog view model. Okay, let me bring the namespace. Okay, and then what need to do, we have to create a blog model and get set property, get set, and just initiate of this new blog model, so that one first time will be empty for the create. So it should not null, it should be some, create an instance of that blog model. Okay, and this blog model we have to replace to here, or we can just replace to this, to this. Okay, so that is first step. First step is just we have to create that model. Okay, so that we can bind that model, whatever model we are getting from that parent component. Okay, and then it's complaining something. Okay, we are missing something. Okay, that is done. And then we have to, you know uh, we have to call, we have to create that event, that callback event. Okay, so create new, let me change that meaningful name, create blog clicked, or just create blog. Okay, create blog, or just create an update block. Yes, create update block. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so just add in a property, input parameter attribute. Okay, and inside same things, just we have to create, that callback event. Okay, so it is just similar to that. Okay, so how we can do that, just simply just copy paste or just copy paste so that wasting of the time, just copy paste here. Okay, so yeah, just public event, and this is actually save clicked. Okay, so let me change it to save means that insert update both we can handle, so that's why I'm putting the name of save clicked. Okay, and once it's saved, then we have to create that method. Okay, then just change it to here. Okay, so let me change the name, create update blog, just change it to here, create update blog, and then update blog will invoke this save click invoke method, and then our model. Okay, because this is our model, we have to pass whatever data we are trying to bind, we have to invoke this over here so that we can get this data from parent component. Don't worry about that, I'll once we'll implement, I'll show you. Okay, so this is done, so this section also done. Okay, and now it's pending, it's something complaining actually for data validation. Okay, so okay, just wait, we'll update. Okay, we have to change this name as well. Okay, this is also for the validation purpose, so yes. Okay, then also I think there is a name, description, and url is there or not, we have to make sure. Okay, it is image url. Okay, let me change it. Okay, then what else pending? It's pending, see, this is done, and then what is pending? Yeah, okay, this is also need to change to image as url, and this is also pending. Okay, so similar things we have to just create a callback event for cancel, so that I can cancel, I can create a cancel. So let me cancel, cancel clicked, and similar things we have to do, just cancel block and cancel click to invoke it. Okay, so this is also done. See, the complaining has gone. Okay, and now finally what need to do, just also we have adding actually some validation. Okay, so Blazor allow give us to data annotation validation. So if you want to validation, so definitely what need to do, your view model, so whatever your view model, so we have to some data annotation validation we have to put over here. For example, okay, for example, like just required. Okay, once you required, just ping the namespace. Okay, so see, namespace, so this property would be required, so user cannot add those field without any empty or null. Okay, so such kind of things we can do that, don't worry, just add for as of now. Okay, okay, that is fine. And then go back to our component. Okay, shared component, create block. Okay, so far we are good, everything is done, only except one. So what we have to see, this component will actually will use for create and update both. Okay, so that's why we have to use some input parameter, so that we can use it is a create or update. Okay, so let me add one more parameter. Okay, for example, the string parameter, just string, and this could be a title, not title, it is could be yeah, just title, this is fine for title. Yeah, and then just add the rate title. Yes, So as the input, we'll get the title and we'll show over here. It is insert or it is update or it is insert or update. Okay, so this is done. And one last thing we have to pending over here, that visible. Okay, so this component need to visible and hide based on the condition. Okay, so that, so every component actually this facility should have, so that we can use this reusable component, so that any parent component actually based on the parent component condition we have to show and hide. Okay, so let me copy this one again, copy these things and just name it to visible. Okay, so this is done. Visible. Okay, it's complaining. Yeah, it is complaining because it is string. It is not, should not string, it should be boolean type, because we are using as a property boolean property. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to implement this two component in the parent component. Okay, so in the last time we have used that card component. Okay, and now we'll use this two components. So first we have to show add on the top. Okay, so let me add this component. The name is add button. See, this is add button, and this add button accepting, there's a few parameter. Okay, so first visible. Okay, so let me add that visible. Okay, and then is a click event as well, block click event. Okay, create block click event. Okay, so this one also done. That's it. Okay, now what need to do, we have to implement this callback function, this event. Okay, so how we can do that? It's very simple. First of all, we have to create that create block. Okay, so let me create a one method. Okay, private void create blog. Okay, and this create will what will does, what does, what will do actually, that create blog just show. Okay, we required some property, or just just view model. Okay, so here could be one view model. Let me create one more view model. Okay, for edit and uh, for the edit or insert. Okay, so let me create, initiate actually that view model, blog view model, and then create create update model. Okay, and then finally we have to set over here, and then what need to do, just set is to create an instance over here. Okay, okay, so that it should not null. Okay, so that is done, and this should be pass in here. Okay, so okay, this is that form things. Okay, so not this one. Okay, so this is done, so this is sufficient. Actually we have to create a once actually this button click. Okay, this button click, and just specify this event. Okay, create here So what we'll do in this, in click event, so once I clicked over here create blog, so this should be fire and this should be create instant of that create block, and this will pass to our that create update component. Okay, so don't worry about that, I'll pass it over here. Also what need to do, we have to show um, that component. Okay, let me add those component first, because without adding this one, okay, also this visible. Okay, so let me add one more property. Okay, so that could be name show add button. Okay, and this add button you can just pass it to here with the at the rate. Okay, see, error gone. Okay, so this is done. So click event fire, so this just a simple click event, right? So means this is just a button, and this click event once fire, this method will fire, and this method we have to set, okay, which component we have to show and which component we have to hide. Okay, so in this case we have to show our no this component. Once I create once I click add button, so this block card will hide, and this card create update block component should be show. Okay, so that's why what we need to do, just show and hide based on this. Like, see, show card, the show card will be false because that grid will false, and then that will be show, like show button is false, that's fine, but yeah, that create update component. Okay, so based on the component, actually we have to set the all the variable based on the component. Suppose for the example, this block card. So block card we have created a one property, so that based on this property we can show and hide same things we have to do here. Same things we have to do this create update. So let me create that one, that show create update. Okay, create update, and then by default set is a false. Okay, and now just call that component. Okay, the name is create update blog. Okay, and here we have to pass this blog model, and then click event. Also let me bring here, okay, that click event, and then save click, and also is a title, and also is a visible. Okay, uh, let me pass the parameter. Okay, okay, so see, this is a create update visible button, so that will need to pass over here. Okay, and the title also. Okay, so title, let me as of now just remove the title. Okay, we'll implement, don't worry about that. Okay, that model, so model also we have created. See, create the model, so just pass it to that model as well. Okay, and what else pending? Okay, cancel and save. Okay, these two method we can create over here. Okay, let me copy this method. Okay, and just change it to just, what is the name, it should be save, right? So let me save blog. Okay, let me change it to save blog. As of now just empty. we need to implement, because we have to add some, we have to inject service, already service is there, we have to need to do add operation over here. So don't worry about that, I will do that. Okay, also that cancel button. Okay, so let me create another event. Okay, let me name it cancel block. Cancel block. Okay, let me add as a cancel. Okay, now see, error has gone. Okay, and now this is done. Okay, and one thing is pending actually. See, instead of this, show and hide, every property, actually we have to create one common method, so that we can handle, actually they are like all that should be reset. Okay, because there's a many property need to hide show actually logic. So that's why what need to do, we have to just create one method, like reset reset visible, reset all visible, visible, visible field. Okay, and then finally what need to do, whatever our, that boolean property. Okay, so that boolean, or which one we have to need to set the initiated, so that also we can set over here. Okay, so what need to do, we need to just set is the false. Okay, so these three things is false, and also we have to set to blog one, like this blocks. Okay, so first time once I reset, so this should also should be null. Okay, so okay, this is just null, so we can just pass it to not null. Okay, so that is fine as of now. Okay, we can call this method to everywhere first once we actually just created. Okay, so we just reset. Okay, and what is the property we have to show, that we can show over here. Okay, so what property we have to show, we have to show this guy only. So this should be true, and we have to set this, we have to create the instance of this create block. Okay, so that is done. And now finally, see, this same method, actually this click event. Okay, so this click event, what we'll do, we'll use that model as a pass over here. Okay, in the same method. Okay, so how we can do that, let me implement that same method. So it's very simple. Again, just call to this one, not this one, this one need to do in the last. Okay, so first what need to do, we have to inject the service already injected. Okay, that service name is this. Okay, don't worry about that, that naming convention is not right, so we'll, okay, let me change it first. Product service 2, this is service, not a product service, this is a blog service, right? So this is a blog, and just rename to everywhere. Okay, and then this service will call here, and then we have a method, create method, and we have to pass, and yeah, just need to pass this model, like whatever model we are passing, right? So this is model, so just pass for this. Okay, and see, it is complaining because this is not a right x parameter. Actually this is entity parameter, but we have, this is a model. So what we can do, we can just create you know where blog, just create a new blog. Okay, we can just convert actually. So let me add to create model dot id. Okay, and then name, create model dot name, and then What else? Description, then create model dot description, and what else, like URL. Okay, so then create model dot URL. Okay, that is done, and just pass it to block to here. Okay, so that is done. So save functionality also done. Also there are cancel functionality need to implement. So how we can do that? So let me implement that cancel. Nothing we have to do. Okay, so okay, once create, see, this is data is created, but after that we have to show that now the grid also again, like once completed, then the grid should populate it again. So how we can do that? Simply again just reset all the value. Okay, reset here, and then finally load again that blocks here, load blocks, and then finally show the list. Okay, so which one we have to show? The card will show based on this here. Okay, oh, not here actually, it's the wrong place. Show card equal to true. Okay, and then finally we have to implement that cancel block. Okay, so cancel block, what I need to do? Simply again just reset. Okay, if I reset, and then after reset again just load this guy, loads blocks, and then finally show list. Okay, okay, these things fine. Okay, so simple, this is done. Now let me build the application so that we can make sure if everything is fine. One thing is pending, that title part. I'll cover that one also, don't worry about that. Okay, see, build succeed, there's a no issue. Okay, and then finally already actually the our application actually we using that that block card, so nothing we have to do. Let me run in the Blazor application, web application first, and the debug, start without debugging. Okay, so see, okay, but that add button is not appearing. Okay, so that is a problem. So let me fix that issue, like why is add button is not appearing. So where is that shared library? If I go to here, so yeah, first time show button is files, so that's why it's not. So that's why what need to do, on the initial level we have to true as well, like two component we have to initial level to show. Okay, so let me, I think it's automatic hot reload. I don't know hot reload is we will succeed, like it is succeed. Let me run again, or let me just start that project and run this application directly with the debugging mode. Okay, see, add button is there. Okay, also card list is there, so let me click. Okay, so see, once I click, I am able to see the that form, and then put some image, the fake image, and then finally click. See, the data is there, but the image is not right. So let me take this image, copy image address. Okay, let me add one more time. Let me refresh first. Yeah, then check that image. Yeah, the image is fine. Then check is duplicate, okay, and then this and duplicate describe, okay, let me create. See, this is duplicate one, it's created, okay, but one issue, see, once I created, okay, create, but again that add button is gone, okay, so let me fix that issue. Okay, there's a issue, I guess. Where is the issue? That show hide actually the creating a problem. So see, this onload is fine, but after once I create and save, it is not loading again. So that add button always will show. So add button, what is the name of that button property is there. That always actually after click it should be show actually true. Okay, let me save, let me check again. Okay, now add is there, now go back, but again it's not populating. Why it's not populating? Let me figuring out. Like this save, okay, this save and then also cancel, sorry, that cancel also because I just did cancel. Okay, so let me refresh. Okay, now add back, see it is there, add once this and just add. Okay, the name is gone, so let me add some fake image name, create, see still is there. Okay, so this is working fine for this uh, Blazor application, web application. So let me test with this window and Android. Okay, so let me add here, just set up this one and let me run the first is window. Okay, let me add this. Okay, see, add button is there, but yeah, there's some additional we have add functionality in this window application, so that's why it's populating here. Don't worry, I'll just remove this one. So let me check the functionality is working or not. Just add and then put some name, this and then fake image and create. See, that is creating. Okay, and let me add one more, this and then fake image. See, this is old one, this is new one. Okay, so that means it is working fine. Also let me check that back is working. Yes, back is also working, and also see, back is working with this here, and yeah, so we can remove this extra examples. Okay, and let me check in this Android as well. So let me change to Android. Okay, finally it's building complete and deploy. Now it's loading. See, that add button is there. If you scroll up, okay, there's till EF we have data, but yeah, if we want to add, so see, add is button is populating something we have to add like this, and we have to fake image. Okay, create. So once you create, definitely you will able to see that. See, this is there also, that things is there. Let me let me check that back button also working is not. See, the back also is working. Okay, so let me show you that together means all the application is together, like how's that. Okay, whatever is deploy in here, so we deploys Mayu Blazor application is the for window. Yes, so this is the for window. Okay, and for web we try that 5266. Yes, this is that one. Okay, so let me show you. Yes, the both, like this is window, this is web, and this is CC, this add button, add, and this add. Okay, so everything is working for window, web, and here also. If you check that validation part, so see the validation part also is working. Validation part also is working if you empty. Okay, same for that web also, see. Okay, so that is done for this. Definitely this video will take a little bit long, because there's a many functionality actually this for this ad, right? So but yeah, in the upcoming session that will implement actually that edit one, view one, and delete one. That could be not long, because we already covered that, that event function, input, output, everything's right. So that's why it will not take some more time for upcoming session, for upcoming implementation. Yeah, so till now, thank you, have a nice day, and please don't forget to subscribe.